welcome you all to ThinkMaths. Here you can find the Max Topper's answer sheet. So let us see how he has written the exam. So just you have to write the section name. So which section you are attending first, write that name. So write section A and attend all the questions in section A. So if you have doubt in any question, just leave one or two lines and proceed. So write in order, write the question numbers. So in MCQs, write the option whether A, B, C or D clearly and write the answer as well. Okay. So write the question number. So write the option name whether A, B, C or D and write the answer as well in section A. So just if you don't know any question, just don't leave the question so that you can write in the last. So finish all section A. Suppose you don't know the answer for sixth question, leave two lines here and proceed to the seventh question. Okay. So write always in order. Next, moving on to the next section. So, after finishing a section, leave a line or put one line here. So, using scale, draw a line here or you can line one or two lines and write the next section. So, write the name of the section. So, section B. So, which question you are attending. So, if there is an option and they have written A or B, write those names clearly. Okay. So, if you need to draw any diagrams, write in the draw in the right hand side. Okay. Always write the steps one by one, not in the right side. So, always write one by one so that it will be very clear. Okay. Write the steps one by one. So, there is step mark for each step. Okay. So, always write the steps one by one. If you need to draw any diagrams, draw it in the right hand side. Next one. So here diagram is drawn. So if the diagram is not given, you have to draw the diagram. So this is the theorem and proof type. So write what is given and underline it. Write what we have to prove. So if you are constructing any lines, so don't write after the margin. Always write. This is on the left side of the margin. So don't write left side of the margin. Always write in the right side of the margin. So write the proof clearly. Okay. So if there is any reason to be written, so write in the brackets near the equation. Okay, children. So write all the steps one by one. If there is some reason, write by the side of this equation. Okay. Next here, this is about HCF and LCM problem. So you have to factorize this to find factors. You have to do these steps. So as a rough work, do on the right side and you can draw a line here. For the rough work, draw a line and do it here. Okay, children? So you have to start the next question. Here, which question is this? So this is 23rd question. You have to start the 24th question, but you have only two or three lines. You can write please turn over or just strike these four lines. So using scale, don't scribble. Using scale, you can strike these four lines. Next 24th question. So draw the diagram so that it will be very clear. So and write the solutions step by step without scribbling. So you can box the answer so that the answer will be clearly visible. And next question, 25th question. Here some mistakes has been done. So if mistake is done or here cancellation is done. So if cancellation is done, just strike out with one line because this needs to be seen. 2ab sin theta cos theta minus 2ab sin theta cos theta has to be seen. So just strike out with single line. Don't use more lines. Just strike it out with single line. Okay, children? Next, moving to section C. So, always write this title, question number, and if there is some subdivision, write those subdivision. So write the answers clearly and write it one by one, and always write the reasons. And if there is some answer, you can finish it with your box. So it is the statement problem, that is you should prove root 3 is irrational, and it is proved. So he has written hence proved. Okay. Next, 27th question based on arithmetic progression. So just strike it out with your single line. So if cancellation is done, you can strike it out with your single line. Next, you have to draw the diagrams wherever needed. Okay. So write given, underline it to prove, and this proof. Okay. So write here, and the reason should be written clearly. So next one, 29th question. Okay, children. So always write neatly and clearly. Now here he took the assumed mean as 42.5. So and it is written as A. So that A is used here. So you can use these hints. And section D starts with 32. So always finish all the questions in each section. Suppose you have any doubt in this, any question. Suppose in section D, you don't know the 32nd question, you don't know how to solve it. Leave some space for that and start the next question. So leave the space needed for that question. Okay. So just don't skip and write it at the back. Okay. So it will be a confusion for the making the correction. So just leave some space and always fill it up before you finish the exam. So this graph sheet is not used. If it is not used, strike it with a single line. So next 33rd question. So diagram is needed. It is drawn here. So it is given. We have to prove. We have to find the length of AB and AC. So some construction is done. It is noted here. And we have to prove that. Okay. So the answer is found out and it is presented in a box format. Next one important thing. If you make any mistake, don't overwrite. Suppose you have written all angles of square equal to 180 degree. So just don't write 90 degree or just don't overwrite. So just if you have written 180 degree, strike it and write it as 90 degree. So do not, this important one, do not overwrite. Okay. And always write the question number and the subdivision. Next section E. In section E you have 3 subdivision. So write those names of the subdivision and answer it. So if you have rough work, you can draw the line and do the rough work here. So leave some space between the questions. Subdivision, even though there is subdivision, you can leave some space or draw a neat line with the scale and write the subdivision and answer the question. So here he has done mistake. So just he has striked out and wrote the answer in this box. Okay. So don't overwrite. Always strike it out the mistaken parts and write the answer separately. So this is the way you have to present the answer paper. So always write neatly and do the calculation rough work in the right hand side. Draw a line and you can do the rough work here. If there is some space left out, strike it out with the scale. Just draw one line, not more lines. Strike it out with the scale. And if you have any time and if you have finished the exam earlier, just check whether all the question numbers are written and check all the pages. All the question numbers are written. If some space is left out, so check whether some questions has to be answered, and if it is so, answer those questions and strike out the pages which you have left out without answering. Okay. So this is the way you have to write the exam. So all the best for your exams. I hope you'll be scoring 100% in maths. Thank you.